Greetings, dear ones. We observe that many of you are now able to rest in energies of peace and calm in spite of outer appearances. This is because your integration of higher frequencies, more in alignment with your true nature, are starting to manifest outwardly in everyday living. All is proceeding according to plan. You are and will continue to witness universal discord for a while longer, because those wishing the world to remain asleep in order that their financial and power coffers remain filled, are resisting through fear tactics that have worked in the past. Stay true to your highest awareness at all times, dear ones, for by doing this, you stop contributing more energy to the illusory powers of the third-dimensional belief system. Higher dimensional light is increasing every day, even though it may not seem that way. Many are now awakening, or at least beginning to question the status quo. All is proceeding according to plan. Be not afraid, dear ones, be not afraid. Because today is a time of change and shifting awareness for everyone, fear and trepidation is manifesting in the hearts of those who are unaware of the evolutionary process taking place at this time. Be aware that some will be drawn to your energy, simply seeking your opinion, while others may have become temporarily unbalanced by world events. When a person's belief system begins to fail, their sense of security collapses as well, causing some to believe that they are losing their mind, creating more fear and confusion. When this happens, some individuals act out negatively in a futile attempt to restore the familiar, while others simply begin their awakening process. Understand that you who are spiritually awake today, were the unawakened ones in previous lives. Along the way, you too lived from the same mindset as the spiritually young souls causing many of today's problems. Evolution by Earth School is a process of experiences through many lifetimes, where after having had most every experience possible, the individual is finally ready to graduate beyond that form of learning. Everyone is seeking peace and love, regardless of whether or not they are aware of it. This is why you will find people drawn to the energy of your awakened consciousness, even though they do not really understand why they feel comfortable seeking you out. However, do not be surprised if you occasionally experience baseless hostility from some few who react to your energy field with fear. Silently bless them and move on. For those who are receptive, you can explain what is happening both within and without. But for those not yet ready or able to grasp the bigger picture, simply give them comfort and love on levels they align with. Always trust your intuition and use spiritual discernment, give spiritual pablum to the babes, and spiritual meat only to the grown-ups. Always work with those drawn to you for guidance from levels of compassion rather than sympathy, because in sympathy, you align with the person's lower resonating energy. The higher frequencies are disrupting what is old, but it does not mean the end of the world as many still believe and fear. Rather, it is the end of the world as it has been known. Higher forms of divine ideas will begin to appear as their old three-dimensional forms fall away, bringing to world consciousness ideas never before known or even imagined with human thinking. Higher dimensional expressions of healing, finance, education, science, government, and business, will become the norm as fifth-dimensional energy replaces old three-dimensional concepts based on competition, lack, and limitation, designed to get the most money possible out of every idea or institution. Hospitals, schools, businesses, and government will continue, but will function from a higher level that serves from oneness rather than from separation consciousness. Hospitals and schools of learning exist in the higher dimensions, and many of you visit them when you are asleep, bringing new ideas back with you. This is how inventors often get new ideas, and because there is only one, the same invention is often thought of at the same time. Everything on Earth is a microcosm of the macrocosm. Be prepared for some businesses to close regardless of tactics used to remain successful. Those based in energies of self-service over service to others will be unable to align with the higher frequencies of fifth-dimensional energy. businesses based in the spiritual principles of love and gratitude that are the foundation of all business. I give to you this product or service that is right for you, and you give me money as gratitude, will expand and remain successful. It is important to resist expectations of what changes will be or must look like, because expectations based in three-dimensional thinking are very limited and consist of what is already known. Simply remain open to whatever ways change may present itself, and know that there will be times when you may not like what you are seeing. In third-dimensional energy where time still exists, there must always be a process, an unfolding versus the immediate. Much that is coming is not yet a part of the collective consciousness. You are now aware that in order for interactions of any kind to work harmoniously, there must be an energetic alignment. As personal and global energies expand, many are finding themselves no longer in alignment with what has always been familiar and comfortable, be it relationships or ideas. Trust your intuition in all things. If something no longer feels right to you, trust this. Intuition works softly and silently, and will not be heard by anyone choosing to stay plugged in 24/7. Allow yourself to let go of the things in your life that no longer work for you as they once did. This need not be a huge effort or struggle and can be as simple as eliminating certain foods. Anyone choosing to evolve must be open to change. Those refusing change, standing firm in obsolete three-dimensional ideas, this is the way we have always done it. This is the only right way. This is the real truth. Government knows best. That is woman's work. That is a sin, are in for many surprises and will soon find themselves to be in the minority, much like someone on a deserted island shouting into the air. The sense of isolation that may result from refusing change or compromise can be an important spiritual tool for those continuing to hold rigid three-dimensional beliefs. The experience may cause them to question whether their belief system really is correct, is simply what they have been told, or is just ego desiring to be right. Everyone's stuff is rising to the surface in order to be looked at, and this can be very stressful. Never lose sight of the fact that you wanted and chose to be on Earth at this intense and powerful time, or you would not be here. Problems arise because the majority as of yet does not consciously know this. There remain many who still believe that everyone lives only one life after which they go to either heaven or hell, depending on how well they followed the rules during that one life. This false belief is what causes some to do whatever it takes to get everything they desire in this one life, regardless of the consequences to others. Once you realize and integrate the realization that God is all there is, you understand as well that there is a divine plan of unification, oneness, forever held in place by divine law. Some third-dimensional issues that previously caused problems now begin to lose their seeming power, because you are no longer in alignment with that particular energy. Living the spiritual life never necessitates leaving the world as many still believe, it simply means learning to be in the world but not of it, because no matter where you may go to get away from something, you always bring your state of consciousness with you, which will in turn express itself as the same issues you hope to leave behind. It is important that you realize we are not saying that leaving a violent or dangerous situation is not wisdom, we are saying that your state of consciousness is what forms your outer experiences, and must be carefully examined if you wish things to change. Trust that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, even if you are tempted to believe that you are not. Never compare yourselves to others who may seem to be evolving more quickly. Each of you is working through and moving beyond hundreds of different experiences. Once and for all, let go of continuing to seek and search for God. You have found Him and He is you. We are the Arcturian group.